Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, so we have just 32 students so far. Let's wait for 2 minutes, okay? I think you will have to log out from the previous session, right? So let's start the sessions, guys, with a little revision, okay? So do you all remember what we covered in the previous 2 sessions on reading comprehension? Yes, can somebody quickly tell me what you remember from the previous 2 sessions? Come on, guys, be proactive, be participatory. I don't want to call the numbers. I want you to come forward and talk to me. Who's going to talk to me first? I'm eagerly waiting, in fact. I don't want to call the numbers. I want you guys to feel free to talk to me. Where's the CR? CSC 9 CR. Waiting. Okay. Roll number 10 from 9. CSC 9. 9010. Please talk to me. 9010. Could you please unmute? 9010. Vishishta. Roll number 24. 9024. Vishishta. Are you there, dear? Vishishta? Vishishta, Ashish. Ashish, can you please respond?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Ashish, good afternoon, dear. Have you attended? Yeah. Can we do a little revision here, Ashish? Do you remember?
Yes,
yeah. Can you tell me what you learned in the previous session?
we did the same reading comprehension last week, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, tell me the topics that we discussed, the concepts in reading comprehension. Do you remember topic, sentence, and supporting statements?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and how about main, topic versus main idea? Do you remember that concept? We did a small example
Yes,
with
ma'am.
that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, for the same topic,
Yes, ma'am.
you may have multiple main ideas. The same main idea may have topics, but they should be quite apt to the given paragraph. Okay. And then what about author's tone? Author's tone. Do you know how to identify author's tone?
Yes, ma'am. We did that, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We did, right? And author's purpose. Why an author writes a piece of text? Author's purpose. Is he writing to persuade people? Is he writing to entertain, or is he writing to inform?
Yes,
right? Yes. So these are the basic concepts you have to remember. So in today's session, we're going to do a little more concepts. Okay. At the same time, we'll practice. Okay. Now, anybody, if at all I give you a paragraph, it's very easy. If at all you have the text mentioned explicitly in the paragraph. Okay. So when you want to find the answer that's given right in that paragraph, it's easy. So most of the learners usually struggle with something called inferential questions. In today's session, try to be participatory. I'm going to show you the process of inference. So you have, most of the students have this fear that inferential based questions, oh my God, that's very tough to understand. Guys, it's very easy, trust me, if you do this activity along with me, okay? So in the, like we have 76 students. Do we need to wait for another 2 minutes? Shall we start slowly so that they'll join? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
The CRs, please ask them to join immediately because this is the last session on reading comprehension. So with this, we're going to finish 2 modules in this semester. And coming to the next semester, we're going to do in depth. So it's all about practice. This semester is all about learning concepts. If you're really good at your fundamentals in this semester, it's very easy to straight away start practicing the competitive mode of any kind of question. Okay, be it CAT, GMAT, GRE, TOEFL. Okay. Now, guys, whoever feel that okay, I'm not interested in writing GRE and TOEFL, or you are interested in some other entrance test. Okay, or you're interested in getting a job. Even for them, these are the fundamental concepts. So, be it a campus recruitment or a competitive exam, it's for your personal growth. Whatever it is, whatever you're learning this semester, they're the foundation skills. Okay. So in today's session, let's have a quick look at what we're going to learn in today's session. So by the end of the session, you'll be able to distinguish main idea and theme with a lovely activity. So I want you guys to participate in this and then choose the correct option using elimination process. So guys, whenever you give a wrong answer, I want an explanation from your end why did you eliminate the remaining 3 options. So that's what we're going to do today. And find the answers in an RC, meaning you're going to answer like 1 or 2 paragraphs wherein you have the text right there in front of you, and then in for the answers again you have a lovely activity coming up, so try to just interact with me. Okay, so are we clear with the outcomes? So I have Ashish, what's your roll number, dear? Ashish,
25, ma'am.
Which branch? 9025.
CSE 9, ma'am.
9025. Can I write it at 9025?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Ashish is going to start a session, and I want some more students just like Ashish. I know these two sections together. This batch is a wonderful batch, I remember. So guys, I want some more response. At least I want 8 to 10 students to keep interacting with me. Okay, right? So let's start, Ashish. Okay, Ashish. Now tell me, dear, do you know the difference between main idea and theme? Have you ever heard these 2 words?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So do you have a clarity what exactly main idea and theme? They look quite, sometimes at times you get confused and you interchangeably use these 2 words. Do you agree with me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, do you know the difference, or shall we do a small activity to understand this?
We know the difference.
Okay. You don't know the difference. Yes, Ashish, do you know the difference? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Tell me the difference, Rio.
Main idea is the idea about which the speaker is trying to elaborate the paragraph. Theme is, for example, genre, ma'am. The genre about which the author is writing or speaking about.
Okay, can you give me an example, Ashish? Very good, you're very close. Can you give me an example? So that you tell your friends about this. Or anybody who would like to share an example, you can unmute or you can use the chat box. Give me an example. That's totally fine. So we're not looking, you have a little idea, but I want it with clarity, what exactly it is.
We can we can think of that the main idea is same as a topic sentence.
Okay. Then what is theme?
Theme is about which, for example, we can feel that a theme is also the supporting statement.
No, no dear. Okay, I'll do one thing. So Ashish, do you watch movies? Do you watch movies?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is the most recent movie that you watched?
Chakra, ma'am.
What is it?
Chakra, ma'am.
Chakra, okay. Now this movie, now you tell me, Ashish, after you watch this movie, is there any message that you understood after watching this movie? Yes, usually, what is the message?
It's about digital world, ma'am.
About the digital world, okay, some message. So the director wanted to convey, so he wanted to, let the audience know, or he had a strong message, so he conveyed it through a movie, right? So after watching the whole movie for say 2.5 hours, you understood, okay, this is the theme of the movie, this is the moral of the movie, this is the message I got, this is what I synthesized after watching the movie. Okay, now if I ask you, Ashish, can you tell me or can you summarize a movie in say 5 to 6 lines? Will you be able to do it? Just 5-6 lines. Just the overview. Probably you pick up all those, more important events with those characters, some details, right? Now, guys, try to focus here. Main idea is what the story is, and theme is what the story about. Okay, for example, as Ashish mentioned, Chakra movie, then when I say summarize Ashish, then probably could pull up some events, some characters, some facts and evidences, and he tells 4 or 5 facts about it. When I say theme, then he already has a theme. That's a model what he learned about the digital world. Right. Now, this is what is called the difference between main idea and theme. So let's do this quickly. I want somebody else along with Ashish. It's like a rapid fire. I have 10 questions which makes you understand clearly main idea and theme. Can I have one more volunteer? One more. Can I have one more volunteer? Quickly, guys. You should not wait. You have to come forward. Yes, that's it. Yeah. Who is this, dear? Sai Varun. What's your name? Sai Varun. Roll number? What's your roll number, dear?
43.
9043. Okay.
43, ma'am.
Yeah, 43. 9043, right? Because we have 2 sections. So let me write it as 9043. Okay. Now you take turns, Ashish and Varun. Here we go. You have to identify with the given statement is a main idea or a theme. Right. You read it and then tell me that. Go ahead, Varun. Read the statement here.
George tries to take care of Lenny, but eventually realizes that he can't.
What is it? Is it a main idea or a theme?
Theme, ma'am.
No, it's a main idea. It's okay to commit mistake. Now see this. It is very specific to the story. I told you, right? Main idea is what the story is. Probably you may not have the same line in another story. Okay. Now try this. Choices and consequences. Is it a theme or a main idea? Choices and consequences. Theme.
It's a
okay,
theme.
So
it's a theme.
It's a theme, right? So you may have a theme, or like probably the director has this, okay, have to direct a movie based on choices and consequences. And that shows with 2 different heroines and a hero. And another movie, then probably some other director takes the same theme, probably directs in a different direction. I mean, differently, right? So that is called theme. Theme doesn't change. It's very generic. Okay, next. Now you can use the chat box also, others. Ashish and Varun will start answering this worksheet. Others can use the chat box and interact with me. Hard work pays off. Is it a main idea or a theme?
Main idea.
What is it?
Main idea.
Main idea.
Main idea. Are you sure? Hard work pays off. Is there any detail that's related to a particular story? Is there any detail that is particular to a story? Think. Okay, I got one response from Sarin Satya. Sarin, what is your roll number, dear? Sarin, you're right. Sarin says it's a theme, and theme is absolutely correct. Hard work pays off. Now, if you look at the first statement, George tries to take care of Lenny, but eventually realizes that he can't. So there's a particular character and an incident, right? Let's see the next one. Come on, guys, read it out quickly. Varun and Ashish. The girl ruins her life over a necklace because she was too afraid to admit the truth. 9021. Sarin Satya. Okay. Sarin, I didn't get your name there. I mean, sorry, your roll number. Text me your roll number, Sarin. The girl ruins her life over a necklace because she was too afraid. Is it a main idea or a theme?
Main idea, ma'am.
Main idea. Very good. Now see, you will get it slowly. Revenge. Revenge.
A theme, ma'am.
Very good. See, is it easy now, guys? Are you getting it? Next one.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Rainsford outwits Zaroff so that he can escape the deadly island.
Main idea, ma'am.
Very good. Next one. Kayla spent hours on a project and got an A+.
Main idea, ma'am.
Main idea. Correct, Cyber. Next.
Theme, ma'am.
Correct. Next.
Theme, ma'am.
Yes. Next one. Ninth one.
Main idea, ma'am.
That's correct.
Theme, ma'am.
Right. Now, is it very clear, guys? Have you understood the differences between main idea and theme? Sometimes you get confused in RCs, in reading comprehensions. You may have questions like this. Identify the theme of the given paragraph. And they intentionally give you a main idea statement. Now, do you know how to identify this clearly? Is it very clear? Shall we move on to the next one? Now, who's going to participate here? So, yeah, so Sai, Varun and Ashish, thank you so much for the wonderful participation. So let's pick some more students here. Ruchita, would you be able to unmute? Ruchita, 11021. Ruchita and Satvik, 9018. Would you like to hop into the next two slides, guys? Satvik? Yeah, Ruchita, are you there, dear? Satvik, you also get ready for the next slide, dear. Okay? And I'll miss this number. Yeah, Satvik. Okay, Satvik, I got your message. Ruchita, let's go on with this, okay? Ruchita, so far, we understood how to identify the topic sentence, and we need the topic sentence to understand the main idea of the paragraph. Okay. Now imagine I were the author. Okay, the one which is in blue font, the statement which is in the blue font is my main idea. If I want to say put forward this main idea, what would be my topic sentence? Have you understood the question, Ruchita and others? Please stay focused. You can use the chat box. Okay. Ruchita, can you read the line which is in blue color?
Cosmetic plastic surgery is one of the fastest growing segments of US medicine.
Okay, that's my main idea. Or you think you are the author, you're the author, okay? You want to convey this main idea. So what would you put the topic sentence like? A, B, C, D. Can you read out the statements?
Cosmetic plastic surgery can have dangerous side effects, some of which can be fatal. B, Americans are eager to make their bodies as perfect as possible and to minimize the visible signs of aging. C, the price of cosmetic plastic surgery is also on the rise. D, this increase in cosmetic plastic surgery says something quite disturbing about our culture.
Okay. Take a few seconds, go through it. This is the main idea. Okay, this is the main idea. And in order to convey this, how would I begin my sentence or paragraph? A, B, or C? Tell me that. Others also can respond to me through the chat box.
B, ma'am.
Okay, so Ruchita says B. Let me see a couple of responses here. Satvik says A, C, and B, and Sai Varun says 9043. Sai Varun says B, and who is 9033? Also says B. Okay, why did it say? Why did it choose Ruchita B as an option? That's correct. Why? Can you tell me that?
Like it is conveying the main, like that meaning of that sentence, like the statement is showing us what purpose about cosmetic plastic surgery.
Obviously, so when Americans are eager, obviously they focus on getting the bodies beautiful. So plastic surgery. The first one is definitely we're not talking about plastic surgery here. We're not talking about the dangerous side effects. And C and D are interlinked statements, which again they talk about cosmetic plastic surgery. The idea is to show that there is an increase in the need of plastic surgery because of this, right? Good, Ruchita. Let's do one more. Okay. Good, guys. All the students who've responded, like Nalini, Satvik, and others, keep going. 9027, please leave me your name. I don't know your name. Yes, go ahead, dear. One more of the same nature.
The Greek ideal of the hero most closely resembles today's free agent superstar.
Okay, that's the main idea. Okay, so if you want to convey this main idea, what would be your topic statement? There's a lot of clue in the statements and very confusing statements, in fact. Okay. Got it, Chandana. Read the statements, dear.
A superstar is an athlete who commands a great salary based on his individual skills. The Greek warrior's focus was on grasping at immortality, and he did this by ensuring that his name would live on long after he died. The Greek hero valued self-interest above loyalty to a cause, his king, or to his army, just as the free agent superstar values his contract salary above any special team, coach, or the game. The Greek hero was impressive in his performance on the battlefield as well as in sports arena.
Okay, now tell me the option. Which one would you like to go on?
Might be C, ma'am.
Okay, why C?
It is showing that it is
Okay.
comparing that.
Absolutely wonderful. That's what I'm looking for. Comparing, right? The first statement, the main idea of the hero is like most closely resembles today's free agent superstar. Free agent meaning freelancer, somebody who's not bound with a contract. He can work at his own will. Okay, the first one they're talking about only a superstar. The second one they're talking only about the Greek warrior. The third one about the Greek warrior again. But in the third statement, you can clearly see how they compare it. Oh, okay. Very good. That's what exactly I'm looking for. Very good, Ruchita. Right? So let's go on with the next one. Who's going to come next after Ruchita? Now, this is very easy. We're going to do some referential questions and at the same time learning some concept. Satvik, would you like to join us, Satvik? Ruchita, Sagar and Ashish, thank you so much. And the way you guys are responding to the chat box, I'm very impressive. So I mean, it's quite impressive. Satvik, would you like to join? Okay, Satvik has his network issues, I guess you mentioned that. Okay. Anybody else? Chandana, would you like to join for the next paragraph? Chandana? Yeah, Satvik, I got your message here. Yeah. Chandana, are you there, dear? Chandana. Can somebody please quickly respond so that we can move on with the next paragraph? Can you talk, Chandana? Can you unmute, please? Okay, I totally understand that. Is there anybody else who want to voluntarily participate? They're very simple passages, very nice to understand, referential-based questions. You will start thinking, in fact. Don't waste too much time having somebody to simply hop in and then, take this chance. Or I'll have to call the numbers again. It's waste of time, right? For both of us, students for me as well. Okay. Bal Reddy 9039. Please respond. 9039. Bal Reddy. Bal Reddy. Bal Reddy, are you there? 9054. Anirudh. 9054. Anirudh.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Anirudh. Good afternoon, dear.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, can we do this paragraph, dear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. And what's your roll number, Anirudh?
Ma'am, it's 54, ma'am.
9054, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Read this here.
In cities throughout the country, there is a new direction in local campaign coverage. Frequently in local elections, journalists are not giving voters enough information to understand issues and evaluate the candidates. The local news media devotes too much time to scandal and not enough time to policy.
Okay, have you understood the paragraph? A bit at least. See, don't worry if you understand the paragraph word by word. It's just the overall picture that you should understand. Okay. Now this paragraph best supports a statement that local news media, you have to tell me which statement is correct. Okay, is not doing an adequate job when it comes to covering local campaigns, does not understand either campaign issues or politics, should learn how to cover politics by watching the national news media, has no interest in covering stories about local political events. Now, Anirudh, if I told I give you a chance, I'll ask you to eliminate one choice. Which one would that be? First, you eliminate one choice. I don't want the right answer. I'm asking you to eliminate one choice straight away. What?
B,
Yeah. D for Delhi, right?
No, B for ball.
B for ball. Okay, so is eliminating this, does not understand either campaign issues or politics because it's nowhere mentioned in the paragraph. Very
Yes,
good. Eliminate one more choice. Eliminate one more choice.
ma'am, I think C, ma'am.
Should learn how to cover politics by ball. Yeah, this is also not mentioned, right? So obviously your brain said, okay, this is not the right answer. Next. Now choose the right option.
Ma'am, I'm thinking D, ma'am, actually.
You think it's D, okay? Why so?
Ma'am, like local politics, they means actually media doesn't go through local politics so deeply, no, ma'am. So I'm thinking in that way.
Okay, as no interest, but did they see there's a strong statement. This is a very strong statement. Has no interest in covering. Did they mention strongly anywhere? Think about it. Okay. Now, if you look at this statement, is not doing an adequate job. There's a clue here. See, frequently local elections, journalists are not giving voters enough information. You see how it is connected? Enough information. That means it's not an adequate job. Have you understood? Because every moment, guys, even though you have some knowledge about a given paragraph, don't bring your knowledge here. Okay, when we're trying to solve paragraph, it's just restrict yourself only to the given paragraph, nothing much. Everything is there right in front of your eyes. Okay, so reading between lines, we're going to see that in another few slides. Now, what's the right option, dear? Anirudh?
Ma'am, it's A, ma'am.
A. Have you understood where
Yes,
you went wrong? Yeah,
yes,
very good. Yeah. So let's try one more. Very simple passage again. Read it here.
The use of desktop computers, equipments, and software to create high quality documents such as newsletters, business cards, letterheads, and brochures is called desktop publishing or DTP. The most important part of any DTP project is planning. Before you begin, you should know your intended audience, the message you want to communicate, and what form your message will take.
Okay, so have you understood? Just an overview. Now let's take again the similar type of question. Okay, the paragraph best supports a statement that one, desktop publishing is one way to become acquainted with a new business audience. Just think, did they mention this in the paragraph? Computer software is continually being refined to produce high quality printing. The first stage of any proposed DTP project should be organization and design. The planning stage of any DTP project should include talking with the intended audience. Now you eliminate two choices which are not relevant to the given question. The paragraph best supports a statement that, meaning they're trying to ask you the main idea. What is the author trying to do? Eliminate first. Eliminate one option. That is straight away think, okay, this is not the right option. Which one that is the option? Anirudh. A, B, C, or D. You want to eliminate C? Just check again.
No, wait, ma'am.
Okay. Take your time. Take a minute. It's not easy to answer straight away, Lena. Take a minute. No problem. The use of desktop computer equipment and software to create high quality documents such as newsletters, business cards, letterhead, and brochures is called desktop publishing or DTP. The most important part of any DTP project is planning. Before you begin, you should know your intended audience, the message you want to communicate, and what form your message will take.
Ma'am, I'll take B, ma'am.
B, you want to eliminate?
Yes, ma'am. They didn't tell about printing, no, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Okay, so I agree with you. Eliminate one more. Good, you're thinking in the right direction.
I'm thinking A, ma'am.
D.
A.
A, you want to eliminate?
Yeah, they didn't tell about the business one, no, ma'am.
Absolutely. They never mentioned about this business and all this. They just gave you definition. And so what is the main idea? You have two options which are quite close. But this is where exactly you have to think wise, okay? The first stage of any proposed DTP project should be organization and design. The planning stage of any DTP project should include talking with the intended owners. They mentioned both the statements in the
D, ma'am.
So you think D is the right option?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, if you look at this paragraph, okay, close it. You're stuck with something very close, and this happens in most of the RCs, okay? The most important part of any DTP project is planning. The author wants to say that this is the main idea. He wants to emphasize that this is the first thing. Planning should be done first. Okay, then it starts supporting his statement, what to do for planning. Before you begin, you should know your intended audience, message you want to communicate, and what. Imagine he did not include this. Okay, he did not include this statement. The author wrote only one statement like this. So the immediate question would be, why is he explaining this? Why is he explaining about planning? Right? Now, this is not leading this statement. This statement, the most important part of any DTP project is planning. This statement is leading to the next statement. Have you understood, Anirudh?
Yes.
Okay, think of the flow. So what happens is, especially these main ideas, simple trick is remove that main idea. Whatever you feel is remove it. Will the paragraph still make the sense? Then it is not the main idea. Now, main idea is such statement where if you remove it, it doesn't make sense. It loses the whole theme, or you can say the whole idea about the paragraph. Okay. So C is the right option. Satvik gave the right option here. Right. Now, who is going to come next? Thank you so much, Anirudh, for the lovely participation here. If you want to continue, there's one more paragraph. Very simple paragraph again. Here, this is a paragraph. And this is a very direct answer. Would you like to go ahead with this paragraph?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead, dear. Yeah.
Litigation is not always the only or best way to resolve conflicts. Mediation offers an alternate approach, and it is one that can be quite efficient and successful. Mediation can be faster, less expensive, and can lead to creative solutions not always possible in a court of law. Additionally, mediation focuses on mutually acceptable solutions rather than on winning or losing.
Okay, mediating. Okay, litigation is something you go through the court formally, legally. Okay, mediation. Have you understood this? Just have a quick look. This paragraph best supports the idea that, so what are they trying? There is too much reliance on litigation in our society. Litigation is expensive, slow, and limited by its reliance on the following letter of the law. Mediation is the best way to resolve a crisis. Mediation can be an effective way to resolve conflicts. First, remove what you feel at a glance, whatever options you feel, okay, this is not the right. Which one would you like to remove?
B, ma'am.
B, that is correct. Okay, because it's not mentioned here. Very good. Next. So I'm removing B. So your job becomes a little easy. You want to remove A also. A also, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, in these two, think wisely. Okay, think wisely. They can definitely misleading. But what is the right option? See the kind of the degree they're using. Mediation is the best way to resolve a crisis. Mediation can be an effective way to resolve conflicts. See, the paragraph has some evidence to support either of the statements. One among this.
D, ma'am.
Yes, that is correct. Okay. Now, why D? Why D? Can you tell me the proof here in the paragraph?
Because in the C option, they're telling that it's the best way to resolve crisis. It can be worst and best, ma'am. It can go for for and against also, ma'am. So
it can be faster, but this is an effective way because it is less expensive. Effective way, it's less expensive, and it can lead to creative solutions. Always, that is not always possible in the court of law. Okay. So they're telling you this is the best. They're not saying that this is the best. They're saying that it's an effective way, right? Maybe some cases cannot be solved using mediation. Some they have to approach the law. Okay, good. So this is how. So if you're just looking at the first level, guys, so this semester you will learn only the concepts. Next semester you should be able to solve little difficult passages. Now this is another model. So who wants to participate here? Okay, Satvik also says, ma'am, because it's in the starting, it has given that litigation is not best way to resolve conflicts, so the mediation is the effective way to resolve conflicts. Very good, Satvik. That is also a nice statement. Very good, Satvik. Yeah. And also there's an evidence. We always talk about evidences when we talk about reading comprehensions. Okay. Now, next one. Good. Anirudh and Satvik. Good participation. So who's going to do the next paragraph? Very simple paragraph. Come forward, girls. I'm hardly hearing from girls. Thank you, Anirudh. Nalini, would you like to participate? Nalini, 11034. Nalini, are you ready? Nalini? Hurry up, guys. Vamshi, 11040. 11040. Vamshi, are you there? Nikhil, 11042. Nikhil. Guys, this is a lovely paragraph. The next two slides I will explain. This paragraph I want somebody to read out. Quickly. You have to be really quick. Bhargavi, I called it 3 numbers. Roll number 40, 42, 39. No response. Bhargavi, 11039. 11039. Bhargavi. Guys, are you there? Are you listening to me? Or are you simply logged in? That's it. Preeti, 11049.
Ma'am, 42, ma'am.
Okay, finally, 42. I'm so happy. What's your name, dear? Nikhil. Nikhil, read the paragraph, dear.
Okay, ma'am.
Read. Nikhil, read the paragraph. Daffodil bulbs. Nikhil, are you there? I can't hear your voice. Nikhil. Nikhil, are you there, dear? Come on, hurry up, guys. We're running out of time. You have to be really quick. So if you just come up like, that you want to participate, we can save a lot of time. Pratyusha, 9040, please respond. 9040, Pratyusha. Nikhil, I think big problem. If you're able to talk, just respond to me immediately, okay? Pratyusha? Pratyusha? No response. Girls, what are you doing? Chandrasekhar, 9047. Chandrasekhar. Chandrasekhar, please respond. 1106. 11006. 11006. See, I'm writing the numbers, whoever is not responding. Guys, Viru, 11026. Rishita 11033. See, there are a lot of students and hardly maybe 5-6 students are responding like Ashish, Sai Varun, Ruchita, Satvik, Chandana, Nalini, Anirudh. And then few more numbers 9021 and others. I'm really not happy. Why are you not participating?
Ma'am, 33.
33. What's your name, dear?
Ma'am, Rishita.
Rishita. Read the paragraph, Rishita.
Ma'am, actually, sorry, my throat is not well. I'm not able to talk out also.
Okay, no worries, no worries.
That is why I
Please
couldn't
take
answer back. Sorry.
No problem, dear. Take care. Yeah.
Thank you.
Akansh, see, at least she said that she's not keeping well. Others, at least you should at least unmute and talk to me, right? Okay, guys, I will call it the remaining numbers. So, meanwhile, I think one of the old students can, Ashish or Tiger, can just hop in for this paragraph.
Ma'am, can I do it, Nalini?
Nalini, please, dear. You're most welcome. Do it, dear.
Daffodil bulbs require well-drained soil and sunny planting location. They should be planted in holes that are 3 to 6 inches deep, and they should be 2 to 4 inches between bulbs. The bulb should be planted in the hole, pointed side up, root side down. Once the bulb is planted, water the area thoroughly.
Okay, so have you understood the passage, dear? Paragraph, I mean? Okay, very simple question here. Okay, right now, so far we understood like whatever is given in the text, we are able to answer. We're trying to analyze, okay? Now in this paragraph, you have to tell me what is not given, okay, or what is not implied. So find out the answer. According to the above directions, when planting daffodil bulbs, which of the following conditions is not necessary? A sunny location, well-drained soil, proper placement of bulbs in soil, proper fertilization. Which one is
proper
not
fertilization, ma'am?
Simple, right? So you should know that sometimes you may get questions even like this. Not only what is given, but also what is not given. Now, inferential questions, guys. This is where exactly we all struggle, right? So let's understand what exactly is inference. What is reading between the lines? Okay, Nalini and others. I want a lot of responses here. Okay. I will, Nalini, please read the paragraph, dear.
Okay, ma'am. Every day after work, Paul takes his buddy boots off and on the steps of the front porch. Alice would have a fit in the boots, made it so far as the welcome mat. He took off his dusty overalls and threw them into a plastic garbage bag. Alice left a new garbage bag tied to the porch railing from him every morning. On his way to home, he dropped the garbage bag off at the washing machine and went up the stairs to the shower as he was instructed. He would eat dinner with her after he was presentable, as Alice had often said.
Okay, have you understood the paragraph, Nalini? And others also?
Ma'am, it's a bit confusing.
Have you understood or not? Do you want me to read it out for you once again? Shall I read it out for you once again, Nalini?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Every day after work, Paul took his muddy boots off on the steps of the front porch. Alice would have a fit if the boots made it so far as the welcome mat. He then took off his dusty overalls and threw them into a plastic garbage bag. Alice left a new garbage bag tied to the porch railing for him every morning. On his way to the house, he dropped the garbage bag off at the washing machine and went straight up the stairs to the shower as he was instructed. He would eat dinner with her after he was presentable, as Alice had often said. Okay. Now, what type? See, this is inferential questions, meaning it do not have the information directly as text. It is not given in the letters and words here. Okay. It is only implied. So your brain should think in multiple directions. Your brain should be able to read the content between lines. Now, guys, there is no right and wrong answer for these 3 questions. So I want to listen to as many answers as possible. Okay. What type of job does Paul do? Come on, think. Nali, what do you think Paul's job is like? I want to see some answers, innovative answers here. Let me see your imagination here. What type of job does Paul do? Okay, Satya says Farmer. Nalini? Nalini, I missed out your voice, dear. I didn't hear. Okay, Satvik says maybe a builder. I accept that answer. Farmer. Nikhil also says farmer. Yes. Satya also said farmer. Saran Satya also said farmer. Satvik, builder. Nalini, what do you say? Nalini, what is your guess? What do you think his job is like? Is that all? We have only a builder and a farmer? A miner? Sportsman? Yes, that's correct. Sportsman? Any more answers? Keep thinking. There can be any job where the clothes get dirty. Okay, so this is what you have to start thinking. Inferential questions, even before you see the question, you have certain information that is implied to the given text. Okay. Okay, maybe it works at a place where there are a lot of dust like mines, like a miner. Shit, wonderful. That's kind of response I'm actually looking for. Yeah. It could be a farmer, sportsman, it could be a miner, a gardener, garbage picker, a builder. Okay. Now describe Alice. What kind of a lady is Alice here? From the given text, what do you think Alice is like? Tell me, describe Alice. Can I see some responses? Describe Alice. A controlling and well put together. Okay, Saran says that. Okay, she is. Okay. Any more answers? Very good, Saran. What can you say about Alice after reading this paragraph? A bit dominating? Okay, Ashish says a bit dominating. Guys are always negative about women, right? Think something positive, man. Why do you feel she's dominating? Does Mama do like that? Okay, probably she maybe a good saying assistance. Okay. Okay. Satvik. Okay, somebody who is very particular about cleanliness, or probably she's suffering from OCD, we do not know. So that's several things that you can think of. Okay. Now, can you think of the relationship between Paul and Alice? What kind of relationship do they have? How are they related? What is your imagination? What is your imagination? Nandini, can you think how Paul and Alice are related? A mother and a son. Okay. I accept that. What other relations can you think of? Yes, sir. And I accept that. And come up with some ideas. Only two, a male and a female. It's just a mother and the son. Husband and wife, that's correct. 11059. That's correct. But she's staying at home. Okay, she's staying at home. Paul is a sportsman, then Alice maybe is a coach, but it's home. We're talking about residence, a home. Mother and son, because at the last Paul was instructor. Okay, so you take it that way. Okay, the mother and son. Brother and sister, I accept this, Ashish. Yes. Nikhil, yeah. Nikhil. Wife and husband. There may be in a living relationship, wife and husband. It can be siblings, or it can be a father and a daughter, his nurse. Okay, but he is good, right? He just changes clothes. Satya thinks creatively. Okay. See, this is inference. Guys, if you're able to solve this, if you're able to think like this, in this direction, that means you're doing good. Your brain is thinking in the right direction to solve the inferential questions. Only that you're too young now, so probably like after a few months, once you start doing small paragraphs now, straight away when we enter the third year, then you understand how to solve the competitive level paragraphs. You should always be very strong with your fundamentals, even before you start solving the paragraphs. Until unless you do not understand inferential inference is reading between lines. But what exactly is it? This is how you should learn. Okay. So let's do one more simple activity here. Now I want some answers again, quick answers. Correct. Thunderstruck and rain poured. Max stayed blankly out of the window, trying to contain his emotions that raged like the weather. He was beginning to lose it. Dropping the kite from his hand, Max broke out into full sobs. His mother comforted him. There, Max, we'll just find something else to do. She began to unpack the picnic basket and that was on the counter and offered him a sandwich. Max snapped, I don't want a sandwich. A flash from the sky lit up the living room. Boom, Mom sighed. So why is Max upset? Why is Max upset? Can I see some responses? Why is Max upset? Why is he upset? It's very much implied. Okay, it's raining and what's your name? 11059. It's raining and he couldn't go outside to fly the kite. That's correct. Yeah, that's quite clear from the paragraph. 11059. What is your name?
Yatharth, ma'am.
What is it? Yatharth.
Yes.
Thank you, dear. Okay. What was mom planning on doing today? That's correct. That's the right answer. Yatharth. Okay. Nikhil. Because he couldn't play with the guys since it's raining. Picnic. Yeah, that's correct. Picnic. She was planning to take Max on a picnic. That's correct. Yeah, Ruchita. Now, guys, that is the first level of inference. If at all you're thinking in this direction, this is what inference is. But now, when we start the third semester, next semester, you will understand in depth a little difficulty level, little more complicated paragraphs. Okay. So let's understand one more example here. Identify the statement from which the inference has been drawn. The inference is city in shambles. Okay. Inference is like you have a paragraph. And then you understand it's not given directly in the paragraph, but it is implied through the paragraph. Now, if city in shambles, meaning city is not in a good condition, it's in a pathetic condition, okay, something is not good. Which statement is providing that? How can I say this? From statement 1 or statement 2? Let us have a quick look at statement 1. There are approximately 650 cities in India having population more than 1 lakh, where the government is obligated to provide proper sanitation, drainage, healthcare system, etc. in an adequate manner. That's my first statement. The second one, the cities now epitomize areas wherein the inhabitants, whether rich or poor, are bound to face the scourges of exploding population, air pollution, contaminated water sources, intolerable noise, and inadequate transport system. Yeah, I already got the response. Satvik says 2. Nikhil says 1. A. Any more answers? Any more answers? 2 is the right statement. From this statement, tell me, Leo. B is the right option. See, from the second statement alone, you can say the city is not in a good condition because of the because of the pollution, contaminated water sources and everything. So that means city is not, we can say city is in a good condition only when we do not have too much of pollution, no water pollution, no noise pollution, right? So this is again, you have these kind of questions again in your RCs. Now let's understand one passage. I'm just leaving it as homework so that I can launch the poll. This you can do it as homework, okay? So I will launch a poll with just 5 questions and we're going to learn one little concept before we end, and then I want somebody to summarize, okay? There you go. And then I'm going to share one resource along with this PPT where you can practice a lot of reading comprehensions, okay? Start answering 5 questions, just 2 minutes. A reason or the reasoning given for or against a matter under discussion by an author is an argument or a presentation, a piece of information which is not stated explicitly but understood through the given information. Is that a reference or inference? Dash are made without facts or evidences, inferences or assumptions. This is what we're going to discuss through the poll, okay? Identify the author's purpose, which we already did enough, and what is the tone of the following text. Hurry up, guys. I got only 30% of the votes so far. 2 minutes is the time limit. Shall I end the poll? The CEOs, please respond. Shall I end the poll or wait for another 10-15 seconds? Because I got only 33% of the votes and it's a part of your continuous assessment. The CEOs, please respond. And most of the students did not attend the session today, I guess, right? I see only 85, 87 students throughout the class. Is there any problem with the connectivity or they intentionally skip the class? I don't know. Okay, I'll end the poll. I got only 46, 47, 48. At least touch 50%, guys. Okay, I'm ending the poll because it's lunch break. I know you guys must be hungry. There we go. A reason or the reasoning given for or against a matter under discussion by the author, that means he's trying to convince or he's trying to persuade, he's trying to put forward his thought, is called an argument. Majority will get the right answer. A piece of information which is not stated explicitly but understood through the given information is called reference, which we actually focused in today's session. And the third one, dash are made without facts or evidences are called assumptions. So that's the difference between inferences and assumptions. Inferences, you have some kind of evidence, some kind of data in the paragraph. Okay. Now, identify the author's purpose. Yeah, a novel is usually written to try to entertain. Okay, a novel about a young girl who learns to demand respect from the world. It's a novel. The author might have written only to entertain. Okay. Now, what is the tone of the following text? It is an angry tone. It's very clear with the punctuation marks as well. So, thank you so much. Before we end, I want somebody to quickly summarize what we learned in today's session. Quickly, so that you can have your lunch and I can have my lunch too. Ashish, would you like to summarize? Ashish? Ashish, are you there? Ashish or probably Yatharth? Yeah, Yatharth was the last one who spoke to me. Yatharth, would you like to summarize the session for today? Are you there? Guys, please respond. Yatharth, are you there, dear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you quickly tell me what we covered in today's session?
Inference paragraphs. Like that's where I joined and started listening.
Oh, you missed the main theme and idea? Main idea and theme. You missed that?
I sort of missed that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, you just did those paragraphs to join there. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't miss the sessions. You see, all the sessions I packed them with a lot of activities. I love to do that. Wish we have online classes. Offline classes. Offline classes you can do a lot of activities. In fact, I don't teach. Okay, I get the content from the students itself. Okay. Anyways, Yatharth missed the session. Is there anybody who wants to share? Ashish, Satvik, or Satvik's mic is not working. Nalini. Come on, guys, you have to summarize. That's the part how the class should conclude is with a quick summary. Otherwise, how will I know whether you've listened or not? Right? Guys are very hungry, I guess. I see that energy levels dropping now. Ruchita, are you there? Ruchita? Ruchita, are you there, dear? Ruchita? Sai Varun? Guys are already tired. Okay. So guys, remember at the end of every session, I want somebody to summarize what you've learned in that particular session. Okay. Today's session is the last session on reading comprehension. So we covered the concept of main idea and theme, along with we started solving some RCs based on inferential material as well as inference, the concept of inference. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. I really love this batch. Once again, I don't want to miss saying that. But I want some more participation from your end. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week ahead. Let's catch up with one more module the next week. Bye-bye.